And welcome back to the Michael Cohen Show on our continued journey to 500,000 subscribers. Let's get there. So hit subscribe, watch, comment. Please keep the comments coming. They make these better. And share with family, friends, share with everybody. Because the craziness, it's not stopping. Meanwhile, United States state-sponsored media, also known as Fox News, they spread many lies yesterday, ranging from Biden's doctor pleading the fifth to the dangers of Photoshop. But the first clip that I want to show you is how they cut coverage of Trump during his meeting with the African leaders to speak about, pearl earrings. Play the clip.
Big problem in Africa. Immigration will also be on the agenda, and I hope we can bring down the high rates of people overstaying visas and also make progress on the safe third country agreements.
We're going to keep monitoring the president's remarks with his meeting there with the leaders of 5 different African countries and sort of dip in as the news warrants. So for now, we're going to move on to this topic. Last but not least, social media users have a new theory that pearl earrings unintentionally intimidate men.
Yay, they unintentionally intimidate men. Right. Now let's turn to Fox's reporting on Joe Biden. Yesterday, Biden's physician, he declined to answer questions during a deposition with the House Oversight Committee. Here's what his attorneys told. All right, in it, he turns around and he says, that while Dr. Kevin O'Connor appeared on Capitol Hill Wednesday, his attorney said he respectfully declined to answer any questions from the panel, which had refused to limit the scope of the interview, imperiling, they said, his physician-patient privilege. Revealing confidential patient information would violate the most fundamental ethical duty of a physician, could result in revocation of Dr. O'Connor's medical license, and would subject Dr. O'Connor to potential civil liability. Dr. O'Connor will not violate his oath of confidentiality to any of his patients, including President Biden, O'Connor's attorney said in a statement on his behalf. Now, look, let me be very clear. It's HIPAA. It's HIPAA violations. But Jesse Waters then told viewers that if the truth is harmless, he shouldn't have pled the fifth. Play that clip.
What's O'Connor hiding? When the truth's harmless, no one hides behind the fifth.
Sure, Jesse, nobody. Now, Representative James Comer, he said that if you plead the fifth, you usually have something to hide. Play that clip.
The witness, Dr. O'Connor, clearly wasn't going to answer any questions. You plead the fifth usually when you have criminal liability.
Now, this is all great, and this is all very ironic. Let me show you a headline. In it, it turns out, holy shit, Trump invokes Fifth Amendment nearly 450 times in the New York AG civil probe of his business practices. An attorney for Trump said the former president answered only one question about his name during the 4-hour deposition. What? Serious? Now here's the clip of Trump pleading the fifth. Play it.
So, Mr. Trump, I take it you are not going to answer any questions about your preparation today with your counsel. Is that correct?
Should I say this, or should I respond to that?
Just read that.
For all of the reasons provided in my answer, which is incorporated herein, in its entirety, I decline to answer the question. Same answer. 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 Same answer.
By the way, sometimes there are reasons why you plead the fifth that have nothing to do with guilt. Nothing. But these myopic assholes, from Jesse Waters to Senator Representative Comer, they don't seem to understand. And they're trying to use this as a way of, denigrating a former president. Let me make something clear to both of them. President of the United States right now is President Donald J. Trump. Whatever the issues that you may have had with former President Biden, no longer is relevant. And if there's something that you think is illegal, I'm certain that you can actually obtain the information without asking a doctor to violate HIPAA. In fact, I know that people called to see, as an example, Trump's medical records. Those never came out. We know he's 6'3", 215. We never got that. We'd like to see the hospital records after the attempt on his life that injured his ear. We never saw that either. HIPAA applies to everyone. Now, Jesse Waters also spoke about how there is no traffic in Los Angeles thanks to ICE detaining so many illegal immigrants. Play the clip.
It crowds the schools, it crowds the apartments, it crowds the hospitals, and it crowds the streets. I don't know if you guys seen this. People are showing what Google Maps looks like in LA now that all the illegals are hiding from ICE. There's no traffic on the freeway. You can go on the 405 and you go 65 miles an hour. Trump has literally reduced traffic in Los Angeles, and Democrats are complaining.
Well, I didn't see that one coming, Harold.
First of all, complete bullshit. But you know what? At the same point in time, illegal immigrants, illegal migrants, they eat a shit ton of donuts. When that made it impossible for somebody to get a Krispy Kreme during lunch hours. But since they're all in hiding now and not eating them, all Americans, all natural-born, card-carrying, passport-holding Americans can now eat as many Krispy Kreme donuts as they want. He's so stupid. He's so full of shit. You just have to laugh. Let me show you a photo of traffic in LA before rush hour at 3:30 p.m. on July 9th, yesterday. Oh, look at this. Here's Google Maps showing LA traffic. That's massive traffic. You see it all in red? Meanwhile, Hakeem Jeffries was accused of photoshopping a photo this week, and Jesse Waters had an absolute field day with it. Play the clip.
I don't know.
Has this ever happened to you, Jesse?
Me?
Yeah.
Emma, but not me. No, she doesn't Photoshop, but she does things, I think. I don't know. Actually, she doesn't. She doesn't.
Right,
Well, you know how women do. They do stuff. Rules for men. Paris. A man should never Photoshop his picture. Ever.
Ever.
A man who Photoshops his picture is a woman. And you never shrink your hips. Why is he shrinking his hips? Does he have childbearing hips? What is it about his hips that he's uncomfortable with? That's the question.
Amazing. Again, what's good for the goose has to be good for the gander. About the Photoshop photos of Trump that he posted on Truth Social. Let me show you two of the many examples. All right. How about this one? Oh, Rocky Balboa Trump. How about the second one? Oh, there you go. Amazing. Now, I want to end on a clip of Fox's Will Cain speaking to Augustus Dorico, founder of a cloud seeding company, about this great new conspiracy theory surrounding the Texas floods. Play the clip.
People can listen to longer form interviews that you have done about some of the safety and research that you've done on what you use to cloud seed. Now, I want you to please address a larger question, which is one that is somewhat broad and perhaps even religious. But are you playing God? Are you messing with things that you shouldn't be messing with when it comes to the weather?
I get this question all the time, and I totally think it makes sense to ask it. My intention is to serve God. I think that in Genesis 1:26 through 28, and then throughout the Psalms and the rest of the Bible, God tells us to take dominion over and steward creation, both for our sake, creation's itself, and then to honor him. And so if there are droughts and we have the tools to mitigate the damage done by them for our sake and for nature itself, then we should deploy those for the sake of tending to and stewarding the world. And if we weren't to do that, if we were to ban cloud seeding wholesale, despite knowing that it's safe, despite knowing it could help alleviate these problems, we'd be abdicating our God-given responsibility to be stewards of the world.
Okay, let's address what.
Yeah. Freak, is there anything else that we could possibly say about this lunatic? I mean, this whole nonsense about cloud seeding. Number one, you don't have to worry about rain any longer. In fact, if you just listen to some scientists, you know what you're going to learn? That the water table is rising. Why? Climate change. The earth is heating up. We are watching, literally on a daily basis, as glaciers are breaking off and falling into the water. Ultimately, what happens? Those glaciers melt. And the melting of the glaciers does what? It increases the water table. The increase in the water table means a higher volume of water, meaning more condensation, meaning more rain. And that is why, my friends, we are seeing these terrible, terrible rainstorms, and these hurricanes are getting worse and worse, and we're seeing more and more tragedy. But instead, we're going to take on some young putz who's going to sit there and talk about how he has every right within which to play God, to be God, quote some paragraph, an innocuous paragraph from the Bible about how it's our responsibility within which to create rain. That's not go ask the people in Texas if they need more rain. Go ask the people in New Mexico if they need more rain. And you know what they're going to tell you? Piss off. This is the problem. We are so divided as a country. We can't even have a normal conversation about climate change, about cloud seeding, about photoshopping. Truly amazing. And as always, thanks for listening. Hey, everyone. First of all, thanks for watching. I mean, we're going to be posting daily episodes with reactions and talking about politics. We'll be talking about everything, in fact. So please like and subscribe. Join us on this journey.